As a little intro song for this one. Uh, okay, I'm a little bit miffed, I gotta say, because this was a little typing thing I saw that I thought was just bonkers crazy, and I think it serves as a good point to discuss certain things. So I saw a typing session on Tupac Shakur saying that according to this person, Tupac is an ENTP, okay, an ILE. Let that sink in there for a second. I hope it made you cry because it kind of does for me. So what's wrong with that? Sometimes, you know what, typing stuff doesn't have to be that hard. You don't have to dive into little details and little things that overcomplicate shit, okay? You can just take a broad, back up, take a broad overall look at the person holistically. What was their whole life about? What sums them up? What really made them famous? Now I realize not everybody necessarily knows who Tupac was. Some people listening might be kind of young and maybe they're not familiar with him, okay? Tupac was a famous rapper out of California, out of the West Side. I hope I got it right? I hope West Coast, yeah. Of course I did. California love. Famous rapper, okay? Now, unlike most rappers, one of the things that made Tupac kind of special was the fact that he was often seen as almost like a poet. Somebody who really moved you with his lyrics and his humanization of his life, the life of other poor black men in the hood, in the ghetto, who have no opportunities, no life, and this is what they have to resort to dealing drugs, to the thug life, okay? All right, to the thug life. He moved you with his words, with his ability to humanize this stuff. He wrote poetry. He had poems. He had a book, I believe, entitled The Rose That Grew from Concrete. Okay, very poetic stuff, very moving stuff. His stuff is so good at affecting you emotionally and getting you to see the social injustices and the issues that you can get a white boy from Connecticut to listen to Tupac and suddenly connect with him and feel like you're a thug who wants to suddenly fix the social injustices of black men in California somewhere. That's how good he is at getting you to feel a certain way. Okay, what does that sound like that I just described? What element does that sound like? FE, the ability to stimulate you emotionally, to get you to feel passionately about something, and not just anything but a social cause. Okay, this is not somebody who's out there logically debating things, breaking down the theoretical understanding of certain things, giving you some kind of logical framework in which to better understand a subject or a topic. He's doing none of that. By the way, Quadra values. Quadra values is critical. Critical. If you're coming into Socionics, if you want to play in the game of Socionics, you have to address Quadra values first. It is critical. You cannot ignore it. You can't, it's not optional. You have to do that. ILEs, ENTPs, are alpha quadrant. It's the most happy quadrant. It's the most light, most calm, most relaxed. Everybody get along. Let's all play well together. Let's not upset anybody. Take a look at Mr. Thug Life Tupac Shakur over here, and you're telling me the very same man who got gunned down, he was all about alpha quadra, relaxing attitude? Are you serious? Him wanting to talk about difficult, hard life, the thug life, the selling drugs life, being arrested in penitentiary and all this other stuff. You think that is alpha? Really? It's a hard sell, bro. So we already mentioned FE, and not just soft cuddly FE, not FESI that you see in alpha. We're talking FE with NI, talking about the deeper, raw, uncut, tough truth. That's what he was about. That's what made him literally an iconic figure. That's why ENFJ is sometimes called icons. So Jack over the world Socionics, he likes to nickname them the icon. I'm not saying that Jack is always right, but it proves a point. These are dramatic types of people. If Tupac is going to be compared to somebody else who's similar, you could say he's almost Martin Luther King-ish in this ability to inspire, to move people, to get people to see the harsh truth, and to do something about social injustice. Now, somebody might try to argue, well, he could be FE mobilized. He's mobilized FE, and that's what he's showing you. No. There's no way in hell, again, the Quadra values are not going to line up. And on top of that, you got to be kidding me if you're trying to tell me that a man who was dead by 25, very young, he didn't have a whole lot of time to really develop his mobilized 2D function to the level that he got it to. He was writing great poetry and being inspirational and moving. To this day, he's so good that he still is an iconic figure that moves people. Even this many years after his death. That's a powerful skill of FE going on in there. Artistry, showing the social, human side of things. He's had that for a long, long time. He didn't develop that. He's had it forever. Died at 25. He didn't have enough time to develop that. No, ENTP is bonkers crazy. Crazy. And I really lost my mind seeing that. I'm going, wow, person doesn't understand socionics. Wow. I mean, what more can you say about that? I mean, you literally just listen to some of his music, take a look at him, Wikipedia the guy for a minute, and it's pretty much easy enough to figure out what he is and what he's not. And if somebody really wants to argue with me on that one, by all means, please try to explain to me how you might think that Tupac is possibly an ENTP. Wow. I mean, sounds like ENTP music to me. Yeah. Looks like an Einstein kind of guy. But that's the way it is.